on McDonald Mariga, or Jubilee Party's McDonald Mariga, had a presser at Anniversary Towers. He was reacting to the decision that the IEBC's Dispute Tribunal Committee did arrive at in as far as the petition he had lodged with this committee is concerned. So let's cross over and listen into what Mariga said earlier today.
Mimi ni mtu wa kunyamaza na kusikia na kuongea less sana. Sasa na forgive watu wote wameongea kunihusu vibaya, na sasa tunataka tuende Kibra tuongee na wana Kibra, au ndo decide nani atakuwa kiongozi wao ama mbunge wao. Na au ndo atakuwa mabosses wangu, na najua mambo itaenda poa tarehe 7 Novemba. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Thank you.
Asante.
Uko na swali?
Niko na documents zote, niko na kila kitu, na hiyo si shida kwa sasa. Sasa hizi tumekuja kuongelea mambo ya certificate. Na hiyo tumemaliza. Yeah.
Okay. Well, on behalf of my colleagues and here our leaders, we just want to say justice has been done for our brother Mariga. Na sisi tunaamini ya kwamba siasa hii sio yetu sisi wanasiasa, ni ya watu wa Kibra. Na ushindi utakaopatikana itakuwa ni ya watu wa Kibra. Na mtumishi ambaye watachukua kiongozi wao. Sisi tu kama chama ni kupatia support Mariga, lakini sisi sio yeye, na sisi sio ndio tunaomba kura. Yeye ndio muomba kura, na yeye ndio akichakuliwa atatumikia watu wa Kibra. Kwa hivyo sisi support yetu is limited to what the party can do. But more important people are the people of Kibra. This elections is not about anything else. It's about service to the people of Kibra, kama vile Mariga mwenyewe amesema. Na kwa hivyo utaona kwamba tutaendelea kupatia support candidate yetu kuendelea mbele. Kwa hayo machache, Mungu awabariki na asanteni sana.
Full fighter. Full fighter.
Mariga we! Mariga we! Ladies and gentlemen, mimi ndio Khalwale. Ni furaha yangu kubwa sana kuwa hapa leo na kuwa witness wa a fair process, a fair decision by the IEBC. I want to request the competitors of McDonald Mariga to stop erecting imaginary obstacles in the way. To settle the matter, let the people of Kibra vote. The people who are now attempting to come up with the issue of age, again, let us inform you. The two ages at stake is age 18 and age 21. Mariga is over 18 and therefore he's free to vote. Mariga is over 21 and therefore is free to contest. Yes. End of story.
Yes. Point of correction. Point of correction.
No, I think as a chairman of the campaign team and as a neighbor to Kibra constituency, we are indeed very happy by the ruling of IBC, because that is what the law says. The law says that for you to contest for any position, you must be a registered voter. And IBC has ruled today that Mariga's position in terms of registration is that he's a registered voter and therefore is eligible to vie and vote in any part of this country. And therefore, from here, we are proceeding to the Kibra's IBC office, which is in the DC's office. We are just waiting from the communication from the returning officer, and she has indicated that she will be calling us today so that we can present our papers again and issue us with a certificate, the clearance certificate from IBC, so that Mariga can now proceed to campaign without any issue. On the other issues of court cases, we expect our opponents, just like they usually do, to try and erect roadblocks along the way. But those are the roadblocks that we will overcome them, and we expect them to do what they normally do. They do a case. They will bring their age, the age of Mariga. It doesn't matter. Mariga doesn't look like a baby, and to us, Mariga is over 18 years, and doesn't matter. I saw someone saying the age, the ID, and the certificates don't match. We are wondering, are they the ones who normally matches the IDs and the certificates? We don't care. It doesn't matter if the certificate of Mariga for Form 4 or nursery school or class 8 or university, it doesn't matter. What matters is that for you to be a voter, you must be 18 years and above, which Mariga is 18 years and above. So from here, we are proceeding, ladies and gentlemen, to Kibra constituency to campaign. Yes. Yes.
Hold the hands. Hold the hands. Okay, one at a time.
That is MacDonald Mariga in the company of other Jubilee Party members, including MP Nixon Korir. We've seen Senator Kipchumba Murkomen as well as Bonnie Halwale. They are celebrating what they call a breakthrough in as far as Kibra by-election is concerned, and MacDonald Mariga, contesting for that particular seat on a Jubilee ticket. They say, wananchi wa Kibera ndio wataamua. Now, before you even take this next story, it's only right that we run by you that any time from now, we'll have the Principal Secretary, Early Learning as well as Basic Education, that is Dr. Belio Kipsang, address the press from Moi Avenue Primary School on the monitoring learner progress that is currently ongoing. Of course, that is a story that we shall also give priority to right here at K24 TV, if not during the daily brief, then during our subsequent bulletins. Now, on to this story, where after spending 16 years at Committee Maximum Prison, Alois Onyango, a robbery with violence inmate who was sentenced to death, is now a free man. Now, having used his paralegal training in prison to argue his case, Onyango was set free on Friday after undergoing remission, this taking place just 4 months after he was resentenced to 18 years in prison. Franklin Masharia reports about a Form 4 leaver who secured his freedom by learning law while in prison and testing the system with his knowledge.
The journey has been long and treacherous for 39-year-old Alois Onyango. For a man who served 16 years in prison, Uhuru Park grounds is a sight to behold.
Mara yangu ya mwisho mguu yangu kanyaga hapa kiwanja ya Uhuru Park ilikuwa 2002, former President Moi Kibaki akiapishwa hapa kiwanja. Mimi najisikia nikiwa na furaha mingi sana baada ya kaa jela miaka 16 na sasa niko uhuru.
In the year 2013, he was sentenced to hang after he was charged with robbery with violence, but he did not give up. While cooling his heels at Committee Maximum Prison, he studied law and went ahead to represent fellow inmates in their cases, some of who were set free. Riding on his success, Onyango applied for a retrial of his case, and after rigorous legal processes, Onyango is now a free man.
Kwa bahati mzuri mambo ya remission ikakuja na tukafurahia na nikawa moja ya wale watu ya kuondoka na hiyo remission. Kama singejifunza mambo ya sheria singetoboa, manake hiyo kifungo ukisamaliza appeal zako zote, so kujirudia na kuenda kotini inakuwa ni mambo mangumu.
He was fresh from high school when he was apprehended, owning almost nothing apart from his secondary school certificate, and had limited knowledge of the city.
Mambo imenichanganya mingi, manake hata mahali nilikuwa nimekaa nimeenda nimepata mabadiliko zimekuwa mingi, paka maploti zimejengwa mingi wakadha paka uwezi jua ni wapi unaelekea wapi na unaenda wapi. So ni unaongozwa tu kama mtoto mdogo ama kama kipofu. Kuna mambo mingi ambapo na regret, manake wale tulikuwa na shule wako mbele, nimepata wameendelea zaidi.
But besides the regrets, he has picked important life lessons. And since he escaped the hangman's noose, Onyango says that he will focus on offering pro bono services to inmates.
Wakati zetu tulipokuwa tunashikwa, ukikosana na mtu wanakuwekea robbery with violence, lakini sasa hivi wanawekea watu mambo ya defilement.
He's currently putting up at a relative's place in Syokimau, saying that he was only handed 100 shillings by the prison authorities while he was leaving the correctional facility.
Kulingana na distance mali ulishikwa, so nilishikwa within the Nairobi jurisdiction ya Nairobi, so inapewa pesa ya kunifikisha katika mahakama ambapo ilinifunga, ambapo ni Kibera.
Alois Onyango has a lot of catching up to do in life, but just as he was determined to leave prison, is the same way he is determined to make it in life. Franklin Masharia, K24, Nairobi.
What a breath of fresh air there, you know, just bracing the times, making the most out of a situation, regardless of what is thrown at you. Well, some inspiration this Monday morning is all too important for us, even as we run throughout the week. Right now, would like to engage Third Way Alliance Party Secretary General, that is Frederick Okango, on a phone on a few issues, especially on Punguza Mizigo. Frederick, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Quite a fiery, not interview, but presser you had last week. What are the issues you're facing on the ground as of now?
Well, thank you, Sam. One of the issues is that there is a deliberate distortion of the bill to suit a political narrative to an extent that the opponents of the bill would want to reject the bill, not on its merit, but on propaganda and innuendos. And therefore, we have seen even last weekend when people like Maina Kamanda going around the churches and telling the Central Kenya nation to reject the bill. Not that the bill is bad for them, but because the bill is coming from a political party that is not really agreeing with, what President Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are calling a Building Bridges initiative. Well, and therefore, we have seen that as a deliberate plan that they want now to influence the MCAs. And they're denying the MCAs their legislative role as stipulated in Article 187. We fear that if this is allowed to continue, then the Kenyan people will be denied an opportunity to see the good in Punguza Mizigo.
Well, Frederick, you didn't expect this? You never saw it coming as a party?
Well, we knew that the hurdles will be many. We knew that the obstacles will come, but we didn't know that it will be a deliberate attempt to pull this bill down, to put it down on propaganda, because we expected that these are elected leaders and they know what is good for the people of Kenya. Everyone agrees that we must increase the county allocation. Everyone agrees that we must fight theft of public money. But here are people who are agreeing but doing the contrary. So we are very perplexed that people like Maina Kamanda are doing this. People like Waiguru are doing this. We saw the ODM brigade in the last weekend parading their machinery and trying to threaten MCAs not to pass this bill.
Okango,
very unfortunate.
Okango, what you've shared with us so far is fair enough. However, would you describe this as a political process or a legal process, what Third Way is doing right now?
What Third Way is doing is a legal process that is undertaken politically because it involves the constitutional amendment. And therefore, the constitutional amendment involves the politicians and the people. But what our opponents are doing is purely political. It's very political.
However, Frederick, you know, propaganda is part and parcel of the political cycle in the country. Are you then saying that you as a party do not have measures and systems that can actually counter this? Because you will continue experiencing it anyway.
We are not interested in responding to any barking dog, but we are interested in telling the Kenyan people the truth and the only truth. And that truth is that the issues that have been raised and proposed in the Punguza Mizigo bill are issues that are affecting the common man. And they know, the opponents know, that when these issues get to the common man in the final referendum, this bill is going to pass. Now, what they are trying to do, they are trying to bring technicalities at the stage of county assemblies by threats and also spreading propaganda so that the county assemblies should reject the bill. The people of Kenya are watching. The people of Kenya are seeing. The county assemblies have also said they are independent, but they are being threatened. Remember last presser, we were supposed to have a section of MCAs, the 19 of them from Kirinyaga and a few from Siaya, where the bill was rejected on technicality and not on debate. But they were threatened with the death threat. They couldn't do anything. We had to proceed without them. And therefore, we believe, Sam, that this is political. And it is political because they're now applying ammunition towards these MCAs by threat. We want to ask the MCAs to stay steadfast and proceed and debate this bill. They should reject it on its demerit or approve it on its merit.
Frederick, where are you headed next?
Tomorrow we will be in Nyamira. In the morning, Nyamira County Assembly. Then we'll come back the next day in Narok County Assembly. Then the following day, we shall be in Mandera. Then the following day, we shall be in Migori. That is for this week. We have done 21 county assemblies so far. The response is very good. The people of Kenya welcome it. The MCAs have promised that this is their bill. It is no longer about third way. They want this for the people of Kenya. And we are proceeding. We anticipate by the end of October, we shall have done over 40 county assemblies.
All right. Thank you so much, Frederick Okango, for joining us through phone and, of course, shedding light on what has been the process of the Punguza Mizigo initiative so far. Definitely, he insists that it's a legal process. However, it will not be free of political interference. Therefore, it will be interesting to see the course that this particular issue takes even moving forward, the level of support it will get from the county assemblies, and the all too important determination whether or not this initiative will inform a referendum to amend the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Those are some of the stories that we've been following up for you right here on the show. It's been a pleasure bringing you the Daily Brief today, and of course even getting to hear from you online through our platform at K24 TV and through our SMS line 21222. We may not have had time to sample your feedback, but we really do appreciate it right here on the Daily Brief. Remember, the key highlight of the hour, the key story so far, is the clearing of MacDonald Mariga to contest for the Kibra by-election, a seat on a Jubilee ticket. Now, this decision has been arrived at after the Dispute Resolution Tribunal of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission did pronounce itself on this matter this morning. We had Wafula Chebukati, the chair of IEBC, cite precedents and precepts of legislation that they did rely on to arrive at this particular decision. It therefore means that Beatrice Muli, IEBC's returning officer for the Kibra by-election, is expected to accept the nomination papers of MacDonald Mariga and subsequently clear him to vie and contest for the Kibra by-election as a Jubilee Party's candidate. More on that story during our subsequent bulletins right here at K24 TV. My name is Samuel Njoroge. Our sign language interpreter has been Clement Muli. Sarah Adams is coming up next with Inside Business, and later on we'll catch up with you at the top of the hour for Newscut. For now, have a good afternoon.